guys, welcome back. I'm doing another swipe for you today. Before I get started, I'll show you the results of my two metallic swipes that I've done. That was the first one. This one is using a bit of silicone there. This one was using 2 parts pouring medium to 1 part paint. So you can see the cells are really quite stretched out. They've all sort of joined up, bumping into each other. So if you like that look, use a slightly thinner mix. That was 2 to 1. And the thicker mix was 1.5 to 1. So 1.5 parts pouring medium to 1 part paint. So it's thicker. And so you can see the cells are smaller and sort of more round. Metallics don't make wonderful cells though, so they are a little bit maybe wobbly. I've noticed that Elmer's glue wall gives a really quite a nice sheen to the whole canvas. Yeah, so pleased with that. Bit of a sheen. It's just not matte, so that's the slightly thicker mix. Hopefully you can see the metallics shining there a little bit. Right, on to today's pour. I'm going to be using my same mix, 70% Elmer's glue wall to 30% water. I did 700 grams to 300 grams. You can do 7 ounces to 3 ounces. You can do 700 mils to 300 mils. Doesn't really matter as long as it's 70-30. Okay, so I am using all global paints today. I'm just trying to get the bubbles out. I made these up about an hour ago and let them sit for a while, just so hopefully they weren't going to be too bubbly. So in the cups, 2 parts pouring medium to 1 part paint. So I've got 80 grams of pouring medium to 40 grams of paint. And I'm going to use 3 drops of the 100% silicone oil in each colour, except for the swipe colour, which doesn't have any oil at all. That's just my preference. If you want to put oil in it, feel free. When I'm doing the reflection swipes, where I have a dark colour in the centre and then I swipe out, I don't want any oil in that colour. I don't want any pitting of oil. I just want it plain dark colour, so that's why I don't put oil in it. But if you want to, feel free. Okay, so I've got like a little beachy look happening today. Tequila sunrise. So some dark turquoise, a light turquoise, a peach and a white, and then I'm swiping with navy instead of blue today, instead of black. You can swipe with whatever colour you like. I've done some really gorgeous pours with a white swipe. So I'm just going to put the navy across the top there and swipe down once. You can do half and half. You can do maybe a third and then 2/3 down, whatever you like. I'm just going to do the one swipe down today. Basically just testing some colours. That's what I'm doing. Try not to knock these over. There we go, move them out of the way. So I'll lay my paint down, just whatever pattern you want. Leave a little gap at the top for your swipe colour. And then we will tilt to cover it all. And let's go with some peach next. Like so. I'll leave a little bit in the cup just in case I need to do my sides. Now this turquoise, I think it's going to be quite strong. I don't want it to take over too much. That's the global turquoise. The lighter one is called Marina. This peachy coloured one is shrimp. And And then obviously, so I've got some white, and my swipe colour is Deep Space. So that's those ones there. I've got my torch handy. So I think with this one, I don't want to put too much in. I maybe just do a little squiggle like that. And then a little squiggle with some white as well. Like so. I haven't used up all the paint. We don't need all of it. But you don't want to have too much. Too much paint on your surface is where everyone goes wrong, in my opinion. Because you do your swipe and it looks wonderful, and then you come back an hour later and your cells have all grown and moved and fallen off the canvas. So it's just from having too much paint left on the surface. So try and move it around until you've got a good coverage, but don't leave too much on there. So I'm just going over the sides to make sure that everything's covered. And I'll come back this way and go over this side as well. See how my paint is just flowing pretty slowly. If it's flowing really, really fast, then your paint's too thin. And your cells will be too big and too wobbly, and you just probably won't be that happy with them, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to just put some of this dark turquoise on the bottom and over the side. This colour will get swiped off as you drag your plastic down. That last colour is going to go anyway, so you're going to lose it. So just fill up your canvas with maybe a colour that you're not that keen on, or you think is going to really take over, or just one that you've got some paint left of. Yeah, I didn't want to put too much of it in here. I just think it might take over, so let's use it on the edge. Bring that back up, because I don't want too big a block of peach there. I think that's all covered now. There's a tiny little bit here that needs covering. The side, a little bit of peach on the side there. And how's the other side looking? Yep, pretty good. I do prefer to get the sides covered before I swipe. Now I did make up a little bit of extra of this light blue, just because I wanted a little bit more blue. Pale blue, I should say. Okay, so well, it looks like plenty of white, hey? I didn't use all the white, I didn't use all the turquoise. Now the other thing I want to do, just want to make sure that this is thin enough. Your swipe colours usually a touch thinner than your other colours, so let's just add just a little squirt of water, not a lot, a little squirt of water, because you want that colour to flow over the top. You don't want it to be too thick, otherwise your cells won't be able to pop up through it. So if your swipe colour is too thick, you'll get really small cells because they have trouble popping up, and then they just stay there. Whereas if it's a thinner, they pop up and they can spread a little bit more because your swipe colour is a little bit thinner. So pour that there and let it run over the edge. Can't see the other side. Has that gone over? I'll go and have a look in a minute. Make sure that your sides are done. I've got my little piece of paper towel here ready for my plastic swiper to rest on. That's pretty good. I need a little bit that I've missed. Just there. Okay, so as I swipe this navy down, by the time I get halfway across the surface, the navy will all be gone because there's not very much there. So I need a little bit more navy through here for the swiper to pick up and to carry the navy over the bottom half of the canvas. Otherwise it's going to be blue there and then there'll be pretty much nothing there. And I do want to try and get some blue here as well. So I'm just going to do two little swiggles of navy like that. As I said, just to get that blue to continue down a little bit more. Right, are we ready? So I've got, I'll do half the canvas and then I'll turn my plastic around and I'll do the other half. So this is just a piece of plastic from the office supply store. You can use a document divider, whatever you've got. Don't touch the top of the canvas because it will create a little bald spot, and just very lightly, just touching the navy, drag the navy across your other colours and over the edge. Okay, and oops, move my cups out of the way quickly. I'll go again before my cells start forming too much. Okay, just need that to touch the, it's not touching, come on. I'll have to touch up the top of that canvas there. I've left a little bit too much paint on the surface. See how the paint was pushing into the other paint, making that little ridge there? It's probably because I've got a little bit too much paint left on my surface. Hopefully the cells will all join up there and we won't really notice the join. Not much you can do about a join. As I said, the cells should join up. Right, let's torch. I'm not going to torch too much at the top. I think my gun is, the igniter is having trouble. I've been having trouble with it. It's not igniting anymore. A little, whatever it is that makes it ignite. Here's the other one. So, a bit of a torch through here. This is awfully busy, this one. I don't know why I'm getting so many little ones. Maybe I just didn't let the paints rest enough and it was a little bit frothy still. So I'm going to put some navy there and just push that off because I don't like that there. Just touch that up. I'd like a plain navy bar there across the top, and I'll just touch that up as well. That was where my plastic touched the top of the canvas, and I was telling you don't touch the top of the canvas because you'll make a little bald spot. But I did anyway. But that's okay, you can just touch it up later with your navy. Have a little bit left over. There we go. So I don't know why this one's so different. It's very busy. Yeah, don't know. Just different paints. Mix was the same. So yeah, don't know. It's just one of those things, you get a different result. You do exactly the same thing and get a different result. So it's a bit odd. My mix may have been a little bit thinner. I know turquoises are generally thinner. I did add more turquoise though to try and thicken it up, but it obviously is a little bit too too thin. The other thing as well, my navy, we're just going to check my bottle of blue. Yeah, the blue, the cool blue that I use for my base, for my navy, it's a transparent colour. So that's probably also the reason why it's not really sinking down. It's not a heavy colour. When I use a black swipe, the black is opaque and it sinks to the bottom and the cells come up through it. It hasn't really happened here. The blue's kind of just sitting on top, so that's probably why I'm getting this different look. So I guess what we've learnt from this pour is try and use a opaque colour for your swipe so that you don't get this. It's more of a lacing effect. When I use gold to swipe with, I get a similar effect. I get the lacing. So I guess that's why. So even though, I mean, it's okay, it's not what I wanted, we've learnt something here today. Don't use transparent colour for your swipe colour. Now I'm just going to go through and touch up my sides here where part of them, well, some white is kind of dragged through. So I've got a few little white areas and I'm just going to change those. Back to turquoise. The sides, I don't mind the sides being a little bit messy looking because different colours have all run over, but the bottom here I like to be turquoise and the top I like to be navy. So there we go. Yeah, not really happy with this at all, but hey, I've learned something. I'm still learning. Every day I'm still learning. And look, I did know that gold made lacing like this. I don't know, I've used navy before in swipes, but it must just be reacting with these different colours in here. Maybe I've used all, maybe there's more transparent colours in here. I don't really know. Not sure. Let's just torch again up here in this peachy colour. So I've torched there and there's some little blue cells coming through, pale blues coming through. So it's very pale, isn't it? Like even though I put extra navy through here to try and bring the navy down to the bottom of the canvas, I haven't really achieved that. It's still quite pale. Just torching up the top in this peach here to see if there's anything else that wants to come out under there, just so it's not so peachy. Oh, look at these. These have all grown. Look how much they've grown, these pale blue ones. Wow. It's very busy, isn't it? I'll take you in for a close-up so you can see what these little cells are looking like. You know, a lot of people are probably going to like this. For me personally, it's not for me. The cells are too, there's just too much going on. Get my gloves off and then I can take you down for a close-up. I wonder if I try these same colours with the black swipe and see what happens, because I really like these colours. I just don't like how they've all kind of blended into each other. Alright, I'll show you down. Actually, let's go this way. Start up here. All that peach at the top, it's kind of like lacing. Oh no, that's not going to work. I'm in the shadow. I'm creating a shadow, the light's behind me. Okay. I'll just zoom out a little bit so that you can see the whole thing. Very busy, eh? bottom corner's okay. At least I've got some background there. But certainly not as much background as I would like. Lots of lacing there. Blocks of peach. I probably should have run one of the other colours through those big blocks of peach that I had there. So there you go. I would like to try these colours again, as I said. I'll try it with black swipe and just see if my theory is correct about not swiping with a transparent colour, and see if we get a different result. Alright, I'll do that tomorrow. It's the time now, 6:15, Saturday afternoon, so I'll do it Sunday morning, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.